Why America is eyeing Greenland. Introduction: the icy island everyone suddenly wants. At first glance, Greenland looks like nothing more than a massive frozen wilderness, a land of ice sheets, glaciers, and small scattered communities living quietly at the edge of the Arctic world. But behind this icy silence lies one of the most strategically valuable pieces of land on Earth. In recent years, Greenland has quietly moved from the margins of global politics to the very center of it. So why is the United States, the world's most powerful nation, so interested in Greenland? Is it about military dominance, natural resources, climate change, or the rising rivalry with China and Russia? In this documentary, we'll unpack the real reasons America is eyeing Greenland, diving deep into history, geography, economics, climate science, and global power politics. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this frozen island could shape the future of the 21st century. Chapter 1. What exactly is Greenland? Greenland is the world's largest island, covering more than 2.1 million square kilometers, about 3 times the size of Texas. Despite its size, it has a population of only around 56,000 people, most of whom are Inuit. Politically, Greenland is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. It has its own government and controls most domestic affairs, while Denmark manages defense and foreign policy. Geographically, Greenland sits between North America and Europe, stretching deep into the Arctic Circle. This location alone makes it incredibly valuable. But geography is just the beginning. Chapter 2. A short history of American interest in Greenland. America's interest in Greenland is not new. Early 20th century. As early as 1867, the same year the U.S. bought Alaska, American officials discussed purchasing Greenland. Even then, strategists saw its value as a northern outpost. World War II. When Nazi Germany occupied Denmark in 1940, the U.S. stepped in to protect Greenland. America built air bases and weather stations there to prevent German control of the North Atlantic. Cold War era. During the Cold War, Greenland became a frontline territory against the Soviet Union. The U.S. built Thule Air Base, now Pitofik Space Base, a critical part of America's missile early warning system. In 1946, the U.S. even formally offered Denmark $100 million in gold to buy Greenland. Denmark refused, but the message was clear. Chapter 3. Greenland's strategic military importance. The Arctic is the new battleground. As polar ice melts, the Arctic is opening up, and global powers are racing to secure dominance. Greenland sits directly along the shortest missile and aircraft routes between North America, Europe, and Russia. In military terms, this is priceless. Missile defense and space surveillance. The U.S. military uses Greenland to track ballistic missiles, monitor space activity, detect potential nuclear threats. In a world of hypersonic missiles and space warfare, Greenland is no longer optional, it's essential. Chapter 4. Climate change, the game changer. Climate change has transformed Greenland from a frozen wasteland into a global opportunity. Melting ice, new access. As ice sheets retreat, new shipping routes are opening. Land once buried under ice is becoming accessible. Natural resources are easier to extract. What was once unreachable is now strategically available. This is why interest in Greenland has exploded in the last decade. Chapter 5. The hidden treasure beneath the ice. Greenland is incredibly rich in natural resources. Rare earth minerals. Rare earth elements are essential for smartphones, electric vehicles, wind turbines, military technology. Currently, China dominates the global supply of rare earth minerals. The U.S. sees Greenland as a way to break China's monopoly. Oil, gas, and minerals. Greenland is believed to hold oil and natural gas reserves, uranium, gold, iron ore, zinc. As the world transitions to green energy, these resources become even more valuable. Chapter 6. China's silent entry into Greenland. China doesn't need military bases to gain influence. It uses money. Over the last decade, Chinese companies have invested in mining projects, attempted to fund airports and infrastructure, offered loans and development partnerships. For Washington, this is a red line. If China gains economic leverage in Greenland, it could eventually gain political influence, something the U.S. wants to prevent at all costs. Chapter 7. Russia and the Arctic Arms Race. Russia has aggressively militarized the Arctic. It has reopened Cold War-era bases, built new icebreakers, expanded missile systems. Greenland lies directly opposite Russia across the Arctic. For the U.S., maintaining a strong presence there is essential to balance Russian power. Chapter 8. Shipping routes and global trade. The Arctic could soon rival the Suez and Panama canals. New sea lanes. Melting ice is opening routes like the Northern Sea Route, the Transpolar Route. These routes can cut shipping time between Asia, Europe, and North America by weeks. Whoever controls Arctic access controls future global trade. Greenland sits right in the middle of this transformation. Chapter 9. The famous Purchase Greenland controversy. In 2019, the world laughed when reports emerged that the U.S. president wanted to buy Greenland. But behind the jokes was serious strategy. Buying Greenland would have eliminated Chinese and Russian influence, secured long-term military dominance, given the U.S. access to vast resources. Denmark rejected the idea, but the attention never faded. Chapter 10. Greenlanders' perspective. What do the people of Greenland want? Many Greenlanders support independence from Denmark, want economic development, fear exploitation of land and culture. They walk a delicate line between opportunity and sovereignty. The future of Greenland will ultimately depend on its own people, not Washington, Beijing, or Moscow. Chapter 11. Denmark, NATO, and Western Strategy. Denmark is a NATO member, and Greenland is part of NATO's Northern Shield. For the West, Greenland strengthens NATO's Arctic defense. U.S. presence protects Europe. Cooperation keeps China out. This makes Greenland a cornerstone of Western security strategy. Chapter 12. The future of Greenland. Greenland is no longer just ice. It is a military hub, a resource gold mine, a climate laboratory, a geopolitical chessboard. As the world warms and global tensions rise, Greenland's importance will only grow. Conclusion: the island that could shape the century. America is eyeing Greenland not because it wants land, but because it wants security, stability, and strategic dominance in a rapidly changing world. Greenland represents the future of Arctic power, climate geopolitics, resource competition, global security. The question is no longer why America is interested in Greenland. The real question is, who will control the Arctic and at what cost?